shake up the building and ramble it. With it, shut up the critics and analysts. Yeah. Come through dripping, I'ma set it off. Drip. Game after game, you can bet it off. Quarterback got range if you block them all. Quarterback did an option and set it off. Duck goose linebacker coming through. Yeah. Hit him with the spin of the Jew. Yeah. We gon' blow your block like a new. Yeah. And I spin a dime every two. We gon' lock down on the offense. Bust out the skeleton fossil. Bust down. I'm not addressing the problem. Julio on the post, you can't stop him. Pick it up, running back, it's no problem. I'm running behind the block, they gon' block him. Quavo Yoda, I'm offset Chewbacca. Watch the blitz on the left, we gon' block him.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. Here's Kai Forbath now to get us started, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Throwing on first down is Carr. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Here we go. Down. 280.
On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Here we go.
Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. So he runs it for 1 yard, then no gain. I don't know that you go back to that well here on third down.
Yeah, I don't know that you do as well, but if you want to get the ball to him, if you want him to have it, maybe you get him into space and throw it to him.
Here we go. Check. Get set. 185.
Throwing his car on third down. They'll set up the screen to Lynch. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to fourth down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you can take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Gun. Wide.
Cousins now to throw on first down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be down deep into Oakland territory. Give him 30 yards there.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, This is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Now a second down throw for Cousins. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Rhino! Wide, go!
Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal.
Now I would be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the first half. Take the 3 points and move on.
And Forbath will put this one through, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Forbath now to kick it away after the made field goal. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They go play action here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. It's hauled in by Lee Smith. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He'll get this out to Lynch, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Flushed out right. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. On third down, that is a big-time play for the Raiders. And even 40 yards. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
Monday down. 694.
Now Carr. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They start the drive with Cook. Able to bust through the tackle, but not much to show for it. Still inside the 5. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Cousins now on 2nd down. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Trying for White, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
They'll run with Lynch, and this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Carr to throw on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Following the interception, Cousins. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Tahir Whitehead. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. On 2nd down, Cook. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Now pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on third down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They go play action. Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First down, here's the run with Cook. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense, and what a big-time play there.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second down, Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning.
Hey, Steamer! Place your hot! Move!
Cousins from the gun on third. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. More from Minneapolis after this. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 54 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is it?
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12.
Go!
Now Carr throwing on second down. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Cooper was the target there. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Hey, 300. Wait, hot. Wait,
they run the counter with Cole. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
Two. Yellow. 300.
Cousins now. Going deep for Diggs. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Flush to his right. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back, but it's still a 3rd and 8. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Cousins. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Yellow. Hey, flipper.
Final play of the half, Cousins. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third.
Let's go.
They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation,
Quick strip, the ball's out, and the Raiders have recovered.
the psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Dancing to his left. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sheldon Richardson busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And the pressure gets to him again. Everson Griffin in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Here now, Johnny Townsend as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves him in pretty good shape.
Left 50, left 50. 2. They're hard. 180. Go ahead.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And the Raiders have got him. Bruce Irvin in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. This is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Zebra. The hard. 180.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Bring the energy. Let's go. Liz 50. Here we go.
They run it again with Cook. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Where's your hot?
On play action, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6. They'll run with Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
We're going. We're going. Let's go. We're going. We're going. Let's go. We're going. We're going. Let's go. Line
3rd and goal for Cousins. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Carr now on 1st down. Cook able to escape. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that, but a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in the diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller,
it's caught at the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw his Carr. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And now it's 2nd down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. On second down, here's Carr. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Daniil Hunter able to disrupt yet another pass play. His third sack of the afternoon. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Yo, Chief. 637.
Shotgun now for Carr. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
6-18.
Now Carr, got to have this one. And he's got his tight end, Cook, in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. Jared Cook, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. And he's able to put it through. Pinheiro now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. This, to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. That's good coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
That good for 22 and a first down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Here we go. Hey, 300. Place your hard.
They run again on first down. Cook, and he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Let's go.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Let's go. Gun.
Cousins here to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. The Vikings on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is third down and 12. Now Cousins lets it fly for Thielen, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Line out!
Running for it. Here's Cook. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on fourth down. They're now 1 for 3 on fourth down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on fourth down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have fourth down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
All right, get set, fellas.
They'll look to throw. It's a screen pass. That's complete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
6:37.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings are going to win this football game.
Let's go. Lucky 50.
Handoff comes to Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
Here we go. Any energy. Let's go. Rhino. Wait, hot.
Again, it's Cook. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. They need to get this to the 24 on third down.
Gun! We're going! We're going! Let's go! Wait, hot!
Cousins going up top. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on fourth down tries. They're trying again. Here's Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Wide.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.